Should I list my home, buy a property, or do both in this shelter-in-place environment? I've got some answers, and it's all coming up. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Warren Oberholser with RE/MAX Accord. My channel is about helping both buyers and sellers get maximum results for one of their biggest investments, their home. I want to start off by saying I hope you, your family members, and friends are all well, and if somebody is sick, I wish them a fast recovery. The two biggest questions I get lately are, should I buy or should I sell my home in this shelter-in-place environment? To answer this, I need to discuss what's going on with our national economy and particularly what's happening with our residential mortgage lending. And then we can take it to the streets by going over the current active, pending, and sold comps in the Tri-Valley area.
This covers all the cities from Livermore up to the 680 corridor to Alamo.
Please stay to the end because I'm going to share with you my perspective and opinion on whether you should buy, sell, or just sit tight in this shelter-in-place environment.
Let's start with the economy. Since shelter-in-place has been in effect, unemployment is at the highest level since 1930 to 1940. Over 22 million unemployment claims have been filed in just the last 4 weeks. This puts us at a 15% unemployment rate. More Americans have filed for unemployment than jobs gained during the last decade since the 2008 recession. So what we've gained in jobs in the last 10 years have all gone away. As for the mortgage market, the Fed has planned to purchase up to $10 billion of mortgage bonds each day this week following the massive daily purchases the past 2 weeks. Some as high as $40 billion a day as it continues to support the market. Since the restart of the Fed's massive bond buying program last month, the Feds have purchased over $500 billion worth of mortgage bonds, providing market stability. Now let's see how this has impacted the residential mortgage market. Conventional mortgage rates are still at a historical low 3.31%. However, lending guidelines have tightened and they vary from bank to bank. For example, JP Morgan Chase tightened up their home borrowing standards. What does this mean? Qualifying credit scores have gone up. Requirements are 700 FICO score and better. Down payment needs to be a minimum of 20%.
And debt-to-income ratios have tightened.
Some banks have also tightened requirements on their jumbo loans. These are loans that are above $765,600. Now let's take it to the streets and see how our local real estate Tri-Valley market is doing. The cities that make up the Tri-Valley area are Alamo, Danville, San Ramon, Dublin, Pleasanton, and Livermore. Shelter-in-place guidelines have put limitations on how we market and sell residential real estate. Please note, being in such a fluid situation, these guidelines are regularly being updated. No open houses. Properties cannot be staged. Only vacant properties can be toured or entered with specific protocol in place. You can sell occupied properties, however, there are also very specific protocols and disclosures to follow. Let's see if these limitations and guidelines have affected the market. I'm going to compare the first half of April 2019 to our current period of April 2020. Homes for sale, in 2019, we had 373. In 2020, we have 321. That's down by 14%. Active sales, in 2019, we had 156. In 2020, we have 114. That's down by 27%. Pending sales, in 2019, we had 136. In 2020, we have 44. That's down by 68%. The median sales price in 2019, it's $1,185,000. In 2020, it's $1,305,000. That's up by 10%. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end. So here's my perspective on the market and my opinion on whether you should buy, sell, or just sit tight while we're in this shelter-in-place environment. So let's lead off with some good news. We're up 10% in the median sales price compared to last year. Our active inventory is low. However, being there is 2.5 times the amount of active versus pending properties on the market, this has now shifted us into a buyer's market. Until the ratio of buyers versus sellers switch to an even ratio or back to what we've been accustomed to, which is a seller's market, purchase prices most likely will not go up and possibly just go down. Since this is a buyer's market, if you've considered purchasing a home or attempted to purchase a home in the past but were beaten out due to multiple offers, this could be an excellent time to buy. Also, interest rates are still at an all-time low. Now, as I just discussed earlier, lenders are tightening up on guidelines to qualify for a loan. So I recommend you get pre-approved before you go out looking. If you have any questions on this, please reach out to Brian LeBars from Vintage Home Loans in Pleasanton. His contact information is listed below. So the next question is, should I sell? Keep in mind, we're still up 10% from last year, and we had a very consistent and aggressive seller's market for over the last 8 years. So if you purchased your property in the last 3 to 4 years, you should have equity to cover your closing costs and net some decent gains or profits from your sale. If you purchased more recently, let's say in the last 1 to 2 years, it's important to have a seller's estimate net sheet, so you have a thorough understanding of the sales costs versus what you will net or walk away from the sale with. So after reviewing our current market, if you've determined selling your home at this time is right for you, then here are my recommendations you can do to sell your home in this shelter-in-place environment so you can create maximum buyer interest and hopefully generate offers quickly. Prepare your home accordingly so it looks inviting and appealing to buyers. Make sure you price it competitively. Also, make sure you market your home aggressively so to generate lots of buyer interest. To understand more on this, please watch my 4 tips your realtor can do to successfully sell your home in this shelter-in-place environment. The last subject is when not to buy or sell in this shelter-in-place environment. Regarding buying, if your job has been impacted by the current events and you need to finance your purchase, it might be best to wait until the economy stabilizes. If you're considering selling, make sure you have sufficient equity in your home to cover all the sales costs and, if needed, adequate funds to cover your down payment for your new home. If the numbers don't add up correctly on your estimate seller's proceeds sheet, then best to hold off on selling at this time.
Please post any comments or questions below. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please click the like button. It does support my channel. The video I recommended, the 4 tips your realtor can do to successfully sell your home in this shelter-in-place environment, you can find right here. And stay tuned. I have more helpful videos like this coming soon. Thank you so much for watching.